are offering or wanting to offer to you are some shortcuts so that you do not have to bang around so long and hard to understand that when you resist, you don't get what you resist. In fact, when you resist, you don't get much of anything that you want. It is the balance of thought. Now, here is the thing that we are wanting you to hear. So often, as creators, what you think is, I'm the creator of all of these fragmented parts of my experience. In other words, today I will create a fortune, or today I will create an automobile, or today I will create a relationship. And what we are wanting you to understand is that you cannot separate yourself from your point of feeling enough for any of those areas to be totally separated one from the other. If you're bummed out about one aspect of your life, in that bummed out, if you will excuse the colloquialism, Jerry thinks we watch too much television. In that feeling of being discouraged about one aspect of your life, that is your point of attraction in other aspects of your life. Have you noticed? It is the balance of your thought, more importantly, the balance of your feeling that equals what you are getting. And so it is not the big job that it seems to turn your life from what you term lacking or negative to what you would term positive or abundant with good things. The difference between illness and health is just a very slight tipping of the balance of thought within you. The difference between poverty and wealth is just the slightest tipping of the scale. This is not the great job that you think it is. It is only looking a little more often, deliberately, at the positive aspects of your life, rather than reacting to a world of critics that bring first forth to your thought the negative, and then even in your trying to be positive, you're in a position of defending from negative point of view. We've made our point, have we not? They're wanting the microphone?
Yes. Could you pass that back?
Someone said, Abraham, are you angry? We are only rambunctious. We are filled with joy.
Now I'm trying to understand here.
Hold it close to your mouth.
If you want abundance, and you have to stop thinking of the lack first, even though you're feeling the lack.
You don't have to stop thinking of it altogether. You just have to tip the balance of the scale more toward abundance and less toward lack.
How do you tip the scale?
Here, let us give you a very good process for this. You have a picture, you don't understand it, even though you have harnessed electricity, you don't really understand it. But you have a picture of the way electricity surges through the walls of your house. And you plug into it. If you want to toast bread, you plug in your toaster toward your end of toast. Or if you want to wash your clothes, you plug in your washing machine. In like manner, there is a current or electricity that surges through you, through everything that you know. It is all through the non-physical and all through the physical, and you're already plugged into it. But the way you utilize it toward your creative means is by contouring it through thought. So as you say, I want abundance of dollars, you have taken part of that energy and you have sent it toward that. You are in the magnetic place of attracting that. But as you say, but I don't have the skill, or but the economy is bad, or but whatever, now you are utilizing the energy contrary to your desire, you see. The energy is not discriminating, it just is. You are the discriminator. You are the decider, you are the creator. All of you are the creators. It is that most of you, when we say you, we are not meaning you, we are meaning you are not deliberate creators because you aren't certain that the way you feel or the way you think makes any difference. And we say to you, it makes all of the difference. And so as you are walking through your day and you say, oh, that is a beautiful dress, but I can't afford it. If we were sitting on your shoulder, we would say, and what are you doing with the non-physical energy regarding the subject of prosperity on your behalf now? You are pushing it away. As you say, I can't afford, and you feel the negative lack. You see, the way you feel is your inner being's wonderful message to you of how you're utilizing the energy. When you feel good, you are utilizing the energy toward what you are wanting. When you feel bad, you are utilizing the energy toward what you are not wanting or away from. Every time you feel negative emotion, you are resisting something you want. And so if you see a beautiful woman and you feel that jealous feeling because she is something you want to be but are not, you're pushing that away from your experience because you are utilizing the non-physical energy. Now, there is an easy process regarding the subject of money. We say, take $100, set it aside, take it from wherever you have. We're not encouraging burglary, but what we are saying is take it from the part of your budget and make it separate and apart and put it in the wallet, in a separate wallet that you do not see as the wallet that I spend from. This is a special place. Just as the farmer has the nest egg that encourages more eggs, this is your nest egg of dollars. Put it in your pocket, and as you move through your day, note how many things, if you really wanted to, you could utilize that $100 toward. I could have that, I could have that, I could have half of that, I could have that, I could have that. Someone said, Abraham, you haven't been physical recently. $100 doesn't go very far. And we said, but if you spend $100 1,000 times today, you've spent the equivalent of $100,000, and that will go a long way toward tipping the balance of your feeling regarding the subject of prosperity. You will deliberately say, I can afford, rather than the habit of saying, I can't. Every time you acknowledge you can't do something, you feel negative emotion because you're resisting. And friends, it is the balance that you are living. It is our notice that you can't think a thought, none of you can think a thought strongly enough in any moment to bring something into your experience that moment. Because that isn't the way it works here in this physical realm. Instead, by your decision, a very wise one we add, you have come to this very marvelous dimension with all of its magnificent balance, which means things you don't like and things you do like, so that you can intentionally tip the balance of scale within your experience in the way that you are wanting. It doesn't really matter how bad off you think you are, how far from where you think you want to be you are. It is our acknowledgement that it is just the slightest little tipping of the balance within you that would make what you would call magical or miraculous differences. Our friends went to a restaurant in the city of San Antonio, or near it, and they were reading on the wall. Are you wanting to relate the story?
Yeah, we went to a restaurant down near our house, and as we came out, they had news clippings that they'd blown up, and one of it said, Romano keeps his promise to San Antonio. And the promise was, it said in the finer print, it said that he had promised that he would bring or create an Italian restaurant, the likes of which San Antonio had never known, and that he wanted to also create it in such a way that he could eventually franchise it out. And then he said he had borrowed $150,000 in order to take this old school building and turn it into this restaurant, and that he had, in less than a year's time, had now sold it for $4.5 million to Chili's, I think is the corporation that bought it for him. And I told Esther, I said, boy, there's the exact example of what Abraham teaches, that it's not the action, but the thought that makes it happen. In other words, that little bit of thought, it created $4.5 million in 1 year profit to him, in essence. Not a lot of action.
The balance within him was there, you see. His desire and his expectation, for before it was even opened, he said, I will create an Italian restaurant, the likes of which you have never seen. It was his absolute knowing. He did not split his energy. He did not say, I want it, but. He did not say, I want it, and providing, God willing, or economy willing, if everything goes all right. He did not split his energy. He said, I want it, therefore it is, you see. And so that is your place. That is your quest. Regarding the things that you are wanting to find that place where you are not defending, where you are just wanting and knowing and feeling.